Yeah. Right, I've got a question for you two, actually. Not in the document. Poveda, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, too injury prone for me, I'm afraid.
I can see both sides. He's not wrong, James.
Way too injury prone.
James, every single club he's been at, every loan spell he's had an injury issue.
Yeah.
Right,
but the yes is if Danny can get him fully fit and in a pre-season, he should
not even that. Right,
be able to sort it.
My argument with this, we are not at the level where a player like that, who is fully fit all the time, is coming to Sheffield Wednesday. Right? So if you want that quality of player, you bring them in on a free transfer, mind. You bring them in knowing they've got the injury record, and hopefully you can get 3/4 of the season out of them, because that is the position we are in. If we were a top 6 side, yes, I could see it. But where we currently are, a player of that quality, fully fit, stays at Leeds and gets them promoted. You know? Mm. So I think where we are, that's why you do so. Right. Yeah, I'm not saying like throw a 3-year contract with like 25. I know he's sworn on the podcast as well. With 25 grand a week there. I'm not saying that, but you don't get those kind of players with their injury, without an injury record. It's sort of like, do you think Windass would not be higher up if he was fully fit?
Yeah, true. I think
argue, the issue on the other side of the coin here is you could argue we've signed Max Lowe, who was a Premier League starter pretty much week upon week for Sheffield United. And yes, granted, they got relegated, whatever, but he was injury prone. Was he? Are you sure?
Yeah, he didn't have many games up at Sheffield United.
Poveda is 24 as well, lads. It's one of those things where like he could still be in a situation where the best is yet. Look at like,
you know what? He's the Sam Hutchinson.
Look at Hutchinson.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Look at Hutchinson.
Yeah. It's the same thing. In a Wednesday shirt, always turn up. The thing is, if you actually look at our attacking options, if we can get a right deal for him and get sort of fantastic, Danny has said players that have been at Wednesday last season want to come back. That is his words. Let's see. It has gone quiet, but there might be reasons why it's gone quiet.
Look, here's the thing. He's out of contract. It's a free deal. It would make sense. You start cautious. You do a 2-year deal with a 1-year option or something. He's on less than 15 a week sort of thing, or whatever our pay structure is now. I assume it's probably around the 10. That's what I think it's, for our better players sort of thing. You put clauses in there. You see things there. He met in 22-23. Yeah. All right. He made 24 appearances for Blackpool on loan. If we can get 25, 30 appearances out of him over the course of our season, I'm all right with that. Personally.
And if you actually look at what his injuries that were, a lot of them have been ankle injuries. So broken ankle injury Leeds. And I think he had a couple of hamstring strains at us and Blackpool.
Yeah.
And
I just think he's still at an age where he can develop, and that's the thing. You're getting a player in with that sort of potential. So I just think writing him off because of his injury record at this stage is crazy, to be honest. Sorry, Jack.
But also, how much of that is rose-tinted nostalgia goggles because he did so well on his loan spell when he did play for us last season?
Literally last season, Jack!
I know, but you've got to be...
Literally last season! It's not like, he did it ages. It's not like a Ben Marshall back in 1946 did fantastic on loan for us, so let's bring him in 2024.
You're definitely letting rose-tinted nostalgia goggles cover your eyes, just like a lot of other fans have done. A lot of fans have been signing based on nostalgia and, it was great vibes when he was here. He put an owl in his bio. We love him, yeah. But look at his injury record, long term.
He's 24 as well. So you look at his injury sort of thing. Right, yeah, fair enough.
take that aspect of the nostalgia out of it.
Let me finish.
No,
I'm not talking about the injury. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that he actually probably would have been played more, because what happens to a young player when they do get a knock? They don't get back in the side. They had their chance and then they don't get back in. So then they have to wait for their opportunity again. Whereas if you get a player that is experienced, say you've got a 26, 27-year-old player that's got that experience, they get an injury, they're straight back in the side, Jack. Straight back in when they get fit. Whereas the clubs he's been at, you think about Leeds where they were, he's gone on loan, he's actually performed on loan. But when he was at Leeds during one of their most successful times. He was a player for the future. He picks up a knock, he ain't getting straight back in that Leeds side. So I think it's a circumstantial situation with Poveda, and he's a free.
But with who we've also signed now to be wingers, to be the central attacking midfielders,
Cover.
he won't get straight back in our side if he gets injured again.
He's still a free. And he does. By the way, Poveda was the best player on the pitch for Wednesday last season when he was on the pitch. He walks into that side if he's fit.
Well, I'm glad I brought this up. It's been an interesting topic.
That side, maybe not this side that Danny's building. We're going based on last season again. Not looking at players that we have signed for to compete with
in this
him
league under this
in
manager.
those positions.
Yes, we don't know about them.
We've
Right,
already
say
signed them.
Say we play as an Ingleson as a 10, right? Have you seen Ingleson perform for Sheffield Wednesday on a consistent basis in the Championship for what, 5 appearances?
Look at the team that he played for last time. He was playing at a higher stat, what you could argue is a higher standard than what Wednesday is.
Is that Sheffield Wednesday under Danny Rule? Because Ian Poveda is a player that is an example of a player that has played well under this manager.
Yeah, but look at the players around him.
Oh my! What do you mean? Look at the players around him. We were terrible last season.
An okay player will always look way better in a team of players surrounding him that are not nearly as good, and a lot of them have gone.
So your argument makes very little sense because the problem is, right?
No, it doesn't. The standard has gone up. The standard has gone up from last year.
So what you're saying? Then,
so what I'm saying is Poveda won't walk back into the side.
No, so what you're saying is the players that have come in, if like he was looking better in reflection to those players, then he'd be on more of a par with these players, and won't those better players, the other side of the argument, Jack, won't they get the most out of him when he's actually getting passed to and they're getting in better positions for him to actually play his game more, and he's not having to put the team on his back?
Well, maybe, but he's still got his big long injury record. And if you take out the fact
God,
of
on the injury record, it's hamstrings. If it's hamstrings, it means he's not played enough football and it's cold. And not playing enough football.
That's why the one thing that concerns me, he should have been in now. We should have got it done early so he could be on this preseason. Yeah, that's the thing that's concerning me about it. Because now it's a case of like, if he gets a preseason of Danny Rule and he gets that fitness level under him, that's the thing he needs. I would be a bit concerned if we're dragging our heels on it, because then he doesn't have the preseason. He is more likely to get hamstring problems, things like that over the course of the season, because he's not bedded in the work now. So yes, that's where I sit on the other side of it, but it's still a no-brainer. I'm surprised. And look at Windass. Again, my argument is Windass. Look, between Windass and Poveda, we might get a full season out of the players if we play him in the same position, all right? So half a season out of Windass, half a season out of Poveda. There you go, Jack.
There you go.